There is a profound, often unsettling truth that few dare to confront. A truth Carl Jung, the great explorer of the human psyche, understood intimately. It's the quiet, almost imperceptible moment when you realize the world you once inhabited. The conversations that once nourished you, the very people you once called your closest companions, no longer resonate. This isn't a sign of arrogance, nor a judgment of others. It is, as Jung might describe it, the psyche's relentless call towards individuation, a dangerous and solitary journey that inevitably leads to a profound reevaluation of your external world. What if the discomfort you feel, the growing sense of alienation, isn't a flaw, but a powerful signal? A signal that you are undergoing a deep psychological metamorphosis, outgrowing the very fabric of your former reality. In this exploration, we will uncover 5 undeniable signs, rooted in Jungian thought, that indicate you have begun to evolve beyond the collective, embarking on a path fewer dare to tread. Prepare to confront a truth that may transform your understanding of yourself and your place in the world. Consider the archetypal figure, perhaps a scholar or an artist, who once thrived within the bustling intellectual circles of their youth. They engaged in lively debates, shared common aspirations, and felt a deep sense of belonging. Yet over time, a subtle shift began. The debates became repetitive, the aspirations felt hollow, and the shared laughter seemed to echo in an increasingly empty chamber. This individual, much like Jung himself in his early career, began to feel an internal dissonance. The external world, once a source of stimulation, now felt like a stage where familiar roles were endlessly replayed. This isn't a failure of the external world, but a burgeoning internal imperative. The psyche, in its drive towards wholeness, begins to reject what no longer serves its deeper purpose. The problem isn't that others are wrong. It's that your inner compass has recalibrated, pointing towards a different, often more solitary, north. This growing chasm between your inner truth and outer reality is the first manifestation of this profound psychological evolution. This phenomenon is not merely a modern malaise. It is a recurring theme in the human journey towards self-realization, a concept deeply explored by Carl Jung. Jung's analytical psychology posits that true growth, or individuation, involves a continuous process of integrating conscious and unconscious aspects of the self, moving beyond the collective consciousness and the persona. He understood that to become truly oneself, one must often detach from the expectations and norms of the group. This isn't about intellectual superiority, but about a fundamental shift in the center of gravity of the personality, from the ego, which is largely shaped by external influences, to the self, the totality of the psyche. This journey often necessitates a painful differentiation from the collective, a breaking away from the comfortable consensus. It's a movement from the superficial to the symbolic, from the external to the internal. Unlike mere social alienation, which can be a symptom of neurosis, this outgrowing is a sign of psychological health, a necessary step towards becoming a more complete and authentic individual, guided by the wisdom of the self rather than the dictates of the crowd. The path of individuation, while ultimately liberating, is fraught with its own unique dangers. The primary challenge is the profound sense of isolation that often accompanies this internal shift. As you differentiate from the collective, you risk becoming an outsider, misunderstood by those who remain comfortably within the conventional framework. Jung himself spoke of the loneliness of the superior man, not in a sense of elitism, but in the profound solitude that comes from seeing beyond the illusions that bind most people. There's the danger of projection, where others may misinterpret your detachment as judgment or arrogance, leading to further estrangement. Furthermore, the journey into the unconscious, confronting your own shadow, can be terrifying. Without a conscious understanding of this process, one might retreat, attempting to force themselves back into old patterns, leading to neurosis and a profound sense of unfulfillment. The cost of this growth is often the comfortable familiarity of your old life, exchanged for the challenging, yet ultimately rewarding terrain of self-discovery. This process of outgrowing manifests in nuanced ways, reflecting the unique journey of each individual. It's not a monolithic experience, but a spectrum of psychological shifts. Some may experience it as a sudden jarring realization, a moment of profound clarity where old friendships simply click no more. For others, it's a gradual erosion, a slow fading of shared interests and values, like two ships slowly drifting apart. There are those who feel it as an intellectual hunger, a craving for deeper philosophical or psychological discourse that their current environment cannot satisfy. And then there are those who feel it as an emotional recalibration, where the emotional dramas and superficial concerns of others simply cease to hold their former sway. Recognizing these nuances is crucial, for it helps us understand that this is not a personal failing, but a natural, albeit challenging, phase of psychological development, a testament to the psyche's inherent drive towards greater consciousness. Let us now delineate the specific dangers and challenges inherent in this process of psychological evolution, as seen through a Jungian lens: the alienation from the collective unconscious. As you differentiate, you may feel a profound disconnect from the shared myths, values, and assumptions that bind most people, leading to a sense of being an outsider. The burden of consciousness. With increased awareness comes the painful realization of the unconsciousness of others, making superficial interactions feel exhausting and inauthentic. The loss of the persona's comfort. Your old social masks, once a source of security, begin to crumble, leaving you exposed and vulnerable, yet more authentic. The confrontation with the shadow. The journey inward inevitably brings you face to face with your own darker, unintegrated aspects, a process that can be terrifying and disorienting. The misunderstanding of the other. Those who haven't embarked on this journey may project their own unconscious fears and judgments onto you, leading to strained relationships and isolation. The temptation of regression. The comfort of the familiar, the desire to belong, can be a powerful pull, tempting you to abandon your path and regress to old, unfulfilling patterns. So, what is the path forward when you find yourself in this liminal space, having outgrown your former world? Jung offers us not a quick fix, but a profound process: the journey of individuation. This is not a destination, but a lifelong commitment to becoming the most complete version of yourself. Phase 1. Shadow integration. Begin by consciously acknowledging and integrating your own shadow, those disowned parts of yourself. This involves honest self-reflection, journaling, and perhaps working with dreams. Technique. Active imagination, where you engage in dialogue with figures from your unconscious. Phase 2. Persona awareness. Recognize the social masks you wear and understand their purpose, but learn to differentiate from them. Your persona serves a function, but it is not your true self. Technique. Observe your reactions in social settings. Ask yourself, am I acting authentically or playing a role? Phase 3. Anima/animus recognition. Explore the contrasexual aspects of your psyche, the anima in men, the animus in women, understanding how these archetypes influence your relationships and inner life. Technique. Analyze your projections onto others, especially in romantic relationships, to understand what unconscious aspects you are seeking to integrate. Phase 4. Self-realization. This is the ultimate goal. The realization of the self is the organizing center of the personality, leading to a profound sense of wholeness and meaning. Technique. Engage in symbolic work, explore myths, art, and spiritual practices that resonate with your deepest being. This systematic approach provides a framework for navigating the discomfort of growth, transforming alienation into a powerful catalyst for self-discovery. History and personal narratives abound with examples illustrating the divergent paths of those who embrace this psychological evolution and those who resist it. Consider the hypothetical figure of a brilliant but unfulfilled academic who, despite societal recognition, feels a gnawing emptiness. If they choose to ignore the signs of their psyche's yearning for deeper meaning, they may descend into cynicism, neurosis, or a life of quiet desperation, forever trapped in a persona that no longer fits. Their potential for individuation remains dormant, leading to a profound sense of failure, not in the eyes of the world, but in the eyes of their own soul. Conversely, consider Carl Jung himself. His radical break from Freud, a deeply painful and isolating period, was a profound act of individuation. He risked professional ostracization and personal turmoil to follow the dictates of his own inner truth, delving into the depths of the unconscious to forge a new path in psychology. His Red Book, A Personal Journey into His Own Psyche, stands as a testament to the courage required to embrace this process. His success wasn't merely academic. It was the realization of a profound inner wholeness that allowed him to contribute uniquely to humanity. This journey, though arduous, leads to a life of authenticity and profound meaning, a true success of the self. While individuation is an intensely personal journey, it is rarely undertaken in absolute isolation. The environment and the quality of our connections play a crucial role. Jung understood that the self, though transcendent, still exists within a relational field. The challenge lies in cultivating relationships that support, rather than hinder, your psychological evolution. Beneficial environments. Seek out containers, spaces, communities, or individuals that can hold the complexity of your evolving self without judgment. These are often found in therapeutic relationships, spiritual communities, or small groups dedicated to deep inquiry. Cultivating connections. Look for individuals who are also on their own path of self-discovery, those who value authenticity over conformity. These relationships are characterized by mutual respect, honest dialogue, and a shared commitment to growth. A protocol for navigation. When engaging with those who may not understand your journey, practice conscious differentiation. You don't need to convert them, but you can maintain your inner truth while still engaging with empathy. Set clear boundaries, protect your inner space, and choose your confidants wisely. Remember, not everyone is meant to walk the same path, but every interaction can be an opportunity for conscious engagement. The transformation that unfolds as you embrace this process of outgrowing is not merely a change, but a profound rebirth. It is a journey through distinct stages, each bringing you closer to the realization of your unique self. Stage 1. Disorientation and questioning. The initial phase of discomfort, where old certainties crumble, and a deep questioning of life's meaning begins. Stage 2. The descent into the unconscious. A courageous exploration of your inner world, confronting your shadow, complexes, and archetypal patterns. This is often the most challenging, yet most fruitful stage. Stage 3. Integration and synthesis. The conscious assimilation of unconscious material, leading to a more integrated and coherent personality. You begin to understand your contradictions as facets of a larger whole. Stage 4. Emergence of the authentic self. A profound sense of inner peace, purpose, and authenticity emerges. You are no longer driven by external validation, but by an inner compass. Stage 5. Contribution and meaning. The fully individuated person, having found their unique path, is then able to offer their gifts to the world, not from a place of egoic striving, but from a deep wellspring of meaning and purpose. This is the ultimate present, the ability to live a life aligned with your deepest truth, contributing to the collective from a place of wholeness. Even after significant progress, the journey of individuation is never truly finished. There are perennial pitfalls and the need for continuous maintenance. Pitfalls, spiritual inflation, the danger of identifying too strongly with archetypal experiences, leading to grandiosity or a sense of false superiority. Regression, the constant pull of the collective, the temptation to revert to old, comfortable patterns when faced with new challenges. Isolation, the risk of becoming so differentiated that you lose meaningful connection with others, leading to a sterile, intellectualized existence. Maintenance practices, dream analysis. Regularly engage with your dreams as they are direct messages from the unconscious, guiding your ongoing development. Active imagination. Continue to dialogue with your inner figures and symbols to maintain a dynamic relationship with your unconscious. Mindful engagement. Consciously engage with the world, seeking opportunities for authentic connection while maintaining your inner boundaries. Humility. Remember that individuation is a process of becoming more fully human, not superhuman. It requires ongoing humility and self-reflection. The signs we've explored today are not indicators of a problem to be fixed, but rather profound signals of a psyche in motion, a soul yearning for its true expression. To outgrow most people in your life, from a Jungian perspective, is not a curse, but a profound blessing, a testament to your courage to embark on the most significant journey of all, the journey to become truly yourself. This isn't about leaving others behind in judgment, but about stepping into your own unique destiny, a destiny guided by the wisdom of the self. Your discomfort is not a weakness. It is the friction of growth, the growing pains of a soul expanding beyond its former confines. Embrace this evolution, for in doing so, you are not merely changing, you are becoming. Narrator, voiceover slightly more direct. If these insights have resonated with your own experience, we invite you to engage. Share your reflections and personal signs of psychological growth in the comments below. Your journey is a valuable part of the collective human experience. Subscribe. Join our community for more deep dives into Jungian psychology and the path of self-discovery. Explore. Further, watch our video on the archetypes of the collective unconscious to deepen your understanding of the forces shaping your inner world. Remember, the greatest adventure lies within. Dare to explore it.